am all about people living into their joy and following their own heart. Like, I am all about that, okay? Once I started doing that, I saw my life, my heart, my being, my aliveness just expand beyond imagination. And I learned that following my heart and my joy as my compass, my GPS is like actually my joy. What sets my soul on fire? What sparks the aliveness within me? Do more of that. That's what I decided, and that's what I've been doing to the best of my ability for many years now. And life is so rich and so beautiful. I was a child who was afraid of everything. My life was good. I didn't have trauma. I'm just a very sensitive soul. And so just the fact that my hands hurt or my shirt wasn't soft was enough to make me uncomfortable. And then there was so much to be afraid of in the world. I was so scared. And it wasn't until after having 2 children and pregnant with the 3rd that I realized I wasn't fully here on planet Earth. I was like half out of my body energetically my whole life because I was too scared. My sense was, I don't want to be here. It's not safe. And so when I decided consciously to be here, that I'm going to actually instead believe that it is safe. I did a bunch of work to get into my body. I was like jumping in the backyard, barefoot on the ground, saying, it's safe, it's safe. Like, get in here, honey. And once I did that, the world opened up to me and kept showing me new opportunities to access that safety and that joy. I found Kirtan, which is call and response chanting. It's bhakti yoga. It is music, which I absolutely adore, that you chant along with. I was afraid of singing. I hadn't sang since I was like 9 years old unless I was singing happy birthday to someone I really loved, or singing to a baby or a toddler where they couldn't respond, you sound funny. If there was nobody in the room that could judge me and label my singing as bad, I would sing. Otherwise, nope, was not going to happen. It was a time in my life where I knew I needed to work through that. I was doing Waldorf teacher training. I wanted to be a early childhood teacher in a Waldorf school, and they sing all the time, and they sing in front of children, and they sing in front of adults, and it was terrifying. And I didn't know how to solve that problem. And once I got into my body, the world showed me Kirtan. I followed the little nudge that was like, I don't really know what this is, but I'm going to go see because it feels like there's something there for me. And I went. It was with Kata and Fred Bliffert, like 15 minutes away from my house at a little yoga studio. And my youngest, who's 10 now, was 9 weeks old. And I had him with me and I was wearing him. And I sobbed, like I just cried the whole kirtan. And I knew that that was a moment that life was changing. And I did. I went to all the kirtan I could. And I still do. I go to all the kirtan I can. Now I drum. I'm actually sitting on my cajon. Now I made no music. I was too afraid to make any noises. I was like the quietest kid in the world. And I was really shy still when I went to kirtan. And since then, after years of attending kirtan, I felt a drive, a spark to drum. And so I was quietly drumming here in my house by myself to music until a right teacher came along, Damon the Zen drummer, who did the most magical thing. And his way of giving me drum lessons was to get me into a meditative space. And then he drummed, and he asked me to make a rhythm and to drum. And then he tried to mess me up. And he said he couldn't mess me up. So I had what I needed. And so I've been drumming like ever since. And it is such an access point to joy. Just like Kirtan is and was. Like now, instead of sitting and chanting in the audience, now I am fully releasing into the divine and drumming. If you ever see me drum, I had to get over the fact that I look insane. Because I just get so into it. I just surrender. And it moves me. And so I'm all like this when I'm drumming. And it feels amazing. And people love it. So it's fine. But it's truly an experience of surrender and of joy. Yes, it's so good. My point here is it's amazing to follow our heart and our joy and our spark. And what is the next right step? Usually the next right step was something big. If that's what it is, it's scary and it's hard to take. And I've taken a lot of those steps. And I'm sure I have loads more to do. And this, in fact, is one of them. I'm at that place. I feel like I could tear up. I'm at that place where I am stepping into a new, unknown territory. But one that I know my soul is destined to walk. I am here. I am ready. I'm prepared. I have what I need to create affirmational portraits. Check out my website more about that. And also, what I'm really excited about too is an empowerment coaching setup where I am one-on-one coaching you through finding the stories that are hidden in your subconscious, that are not serving you, that are not taking a stand for your joy, but are in fact completely blocking you in so many ways from what you desire. So, one-on-one coaching with me, finding the stories that are keeping you stuck. And then we're going to look into your life, into the past of yours, and find the actual stories that prove the opposite. The stories that will expand you into your own possibilities. And we're going to write those stories together. And then here's what is so cool and exciting, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist yet, but is now coming into existence, is with that new story, those new stories of yours, you are going to embody it, and we are going to embody it in a painting that I will create for you that holds the energy and the visual connection to those stories, those new stories, your possibilities, so that whenever you see your painting, you get activated. You remember. And you start to really absorb and live from this new potential. So I'm really excited. I am doing this video right now on a camera that is the best camera I've ever had. And it's because that's part of this. I'm going to do photo sessions for the affirmational portraits, and if we paint you for your new story, which I would love to, although that can also be a scene or or whatever. We can work that out in our work together. But I have this new camera because it'll be, for the affirmational portraits, a photo shoot where you are bathed in affirmations. Affirmational meditation will be created for you, and from that photo shoot we will find the best reference that I will use for a painting of you. And so with my fancy camera, everything is safe and secure photo-wise. I won't be having just things on my phone. And with my fancy camera, hello YouTube, that is also a big calling in my heart. I did a process Kyle Cease has where he has you look at all the things that you could be doing and all the things you are doing and rate them 1 to 10 for like what sparks your soul, what brings forth the most aliveness. And I did that, and he even said YouTube, like I didn't even put it in there, but I had already been feeling it. All signs were pointing to it. And then he said YouTube, and I got a 10. And I was like, yeah, that's a 10. So again, scary, and like, what's next for me? So welcome to What's Next for Me. And I want to ask you, what is next for you? What is next for you? Whatever it is, take a step, please. I beg of you, because when you follow your heart and when you follow your joy, it ripples out. I promise you. I've seen from my own experience, and I see it from my seeing others embodying their unique gifts and bringing them forth. You don't have to quit your day job. You don't have to do anything super radical, and you can take a step. So take a step in the direction of your dreams. I love you. Thank you for being with me. Blessings to you. And if you want to work with me, reach out. Shoot me a text. Give a phone call. Send me an email. However you want to get a hold of me, go for it. And let's connect. And maybe we can create your next level of expansion together, and even make it art for on your wall. Now, take a deep breath. Put your hand on your heart, please, please. Take a deep breath and just feel your own being. And know that right now, with everything that is incomplete and yet to be taken care of, and with everything that has happened in the past, your whole life, right here, right now, at this moment, there is nothing you need to do to be worthy of your own loving attention. So please just take a moment and give yourself that. You are right here, right now, a human being. Breathe in your beingness. Breathe in your humanness. You do not need to be perfect. And at the same time, you are perfection becoming perfection. The paradox of life. Yes, please, and thank you very much. Mwah. Blessings.